Hello and welcome to Sound Bites. I'm your host, Holly Whitfield from the Daily Memphian, and I'm here today with the co-owners of Good Fortune, Sarah Sy and Arturo Leighton. And welcome, Sarah and Arturo. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's very
What
exciting.
an honor.
We're excited about it.
This is super cool.
We're in this, as Arturo described, a liminal space in Crosstown Concourse, which is a secret atrium for residents. So you may hear some background noise of people, going about their lives and dragging large things through the hallways. But that's nothing new for us. You guys are always good sports to hang in and good sports to do the interview. So this week we're going to talk about Good Fortune's 4 years in downtown Memphis. Some interesting TV appearances the two of you have been doing, and something about food trucks. I'm a little lost, but I know that you're going to guide me. But first, listeners know I have to tell you every week, Sound Bites is the Daily Memphian's food, drink, and dining podcast. You can listen on WYXR Radio Thursdays at 11 or hook it up to iTunes or Spotify. And you can also just listen at dailymemphian.com, go to food, then Sound Bites, and you'll see all of our past episodes. If you're listening on WYXR, up next, keep listening. You'll hear The Sidebar. It's an arts and culture podcast with our Daily Memphian CEO, Eric Barnes. But let's get started. Thanks again for being here.
Yay, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
We're so excited to be here and talk about food and fun
yes.
things.
Absolutely, the best thing to talk about.
Let's talk about the chicken wings.
Let's talk about that.
What if we just dive right in and talk about why a beautiful Asian-inspired, Asian-influenced restaurant in downtown Memphis has what might be the best wings in Memphis,
I think
according to some people.
We should put it
Yeah.
up to a vote, honestly. Nobody's
Yeah.
ever settled the debate. But I think they're up there.
They're
if we're
up
not
there.
the best, we're damn sure one of them.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
How do you make them? What makes them different? What makes them great?
So we start by taking our chicken wings and we brine them overnight. So we start with a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, and they get brined. It seems like a step that's unimportant, but for the end result, you get a wing that's seasoned throughout instead of something that's just been thrown in the deep fryer. Mm-hmm. So after it's brined, we pull them out. Our guy, Antonio, right now is the one responsible for it, and he takes a lot of pride in these wings, and he drains them to get them nice and dry. Once they're dry, we coat them with a wet batter and deep fry them. We go up to 165 degrees, and then afterwards we chill them, and then we fry them a second time.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what gets it its signature crisp.
Yep, it's all about the double fry.
It's so crispy.
Yeah, crispy, crunchy, undeniable.
It's like ASMR crackly crispy.
Yeah.
That's how crispy they are.
And since we've been open, we've probably sold hundreds of thousands of orders. That's
Yeah.
orders,
Yeah.
not even wings.
Yeah.
And every single wing needs to be hand dipped. So it's been a fun chicken journey for us.
Yes.
But that's kind of been y'all's signature thing from the beginning. Full disclosure, I went back and looked at an article that I wrote actually 4 years ago
Wow.
in 2021 where I interviewed the two of you. This was back when I was at the I Love Memphis blog. And it was right after you'd opened or you were getting ready to open. I think it was a soft opening time for a week. And I went and I tried everything and actually called y'all and interviewed you, which is not something I always had time to do at I Love Memphis. A lot of times it was just get the news out. But I remember I called and talked to both of you. And there's a whole section in that article about the way that you're hand folding the dumplings and how dumplings and ramen are so important. And you're the ramen is made in-house. And Arturo, you said nobody else was doing that in Memphis.
Yeah, still not.
Still none. That was really my question. But also this has kind of been your thing from the beginning. And what is it like to have that commitment now that you've been doing it for 4 years?
Wow. Well, it's definitely been a great learning experience. I mean, scratch-made food is something that we're really passionate about. It just tastes better. Mm-hmm. It just tastes better, and it's as simple as that. I mean, it takes a lot more effort, and especially now that our volume has increased,
Yeah.
we've really had to focus on ways to be more efficient, be more consistent, just to make sure that people are getting the same flavors, the same kind of texture of the noodle. All of that's really important. People love consistency. And that's something we've really been working hard at, and consistency and quality. And here we are 4 years later. And
it's going well.
It's going great.
Yeah, that's good. It's so good to hear that and to talk about your passion in a time when, like, as we've talked about on Sound Bites this whole year, like there are some voices in Memphis or in the area that are like, it's too hard for restaurants and everything's closing. And I'm like, have you tried to get a table at Good Fortune, like, on the weekend? Like, have you tried to do that? Like, have you been out and about and actually seen what it looks like in some of these East Memphis shopping centers, like, that have the restaurants? Because I have, and it's like, I get, like, turned away on a Wednesday trying to go to Bog and Barley. I'm like, some places are doing fine. I hope that you guys are. It seems like you are. Yes. Are you still just doing dinner?
Right now it's dinner only. Our space constraints are our biggest challenge when it comes to service and even the to-go thing. We don't serve to-go partly because it's hard to serve ramen to go and make it fresh. But another part is that we don't have the infrastructure to do it right. Mm-hmm. We know how to make to-go ramen. That's something that we can figure out as chefs. But unfortunately right now we just don't have the space to do it. So that's one of our biggest challenges with opening for more meal periods, opening up for to-go. We're really constrained by the size of our space right now.
But you could argue that it still makes it special and it allows you to keep, like, your commitment to the scratch-made food by having, like, the space, right? I mean, I know you guys, everybody always wants to grow, but, like, I know it's going to be good when I go. So that makes it special. Let's go back a little bit. Let's rewind a little bit and talk about the two of you. Like, Sarah, what is your background? I know that you are from Memphis originally. You spent some time traveling, but tell us that story, if you would.
Yeah, so I grew up here in Memphis. My parents are both immigrants. My dad's from Beijing, China, and my mom is from Jakarta, Indonesia. And my dad originally moved to Memphis with FedEx, and he worked for them the entire time I was growing up. And when I was 13, FedEx moved him to China to open a hub in Guangzhou. Mm-hmm. So the whole family went out there. I finished out middle school and high school at an international school there in Guangzhou. And I've always been, I would say, very close to my culture. My parents growing up would take us to visit their families over the summers. But living in China was really eye-opening for me, and I had incredible opportunities to travel around Asia and Southeast Asia because everything was just so close there. And I was really exposed to such a vibrant collection of flavors and watching people connect through food, especially when language wasn't always universal. And so I really think that around that time is when I started falling in love with food and culture and wanting to learn more about that and bring those experiences back to Memphis. Back to Memphis
specifically.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What's your story, Arturo?
Similar story. I think that's why Sarah and I connect and have so many similar cooking philosophies. Both of my parents are immigrants as well from Chile, and I was fortunate to be born in Florida. Mm-hmm. So I'm a crazy alligator boy.
Oh, no.
A little wild at times.
Florida man.
Yeah, that's right. The Florida man perfectly encapsulated in me. But I learned there. I went to culinary school there. I was raised there. And something about Memphis just drew us here to open that first restaurant.
Can you attempt to put some words to that? Why Memphis? Other than, I mean, family connection is enough of a reason, but.
Yeah. So I think one of the reasons, the main reasons that we came to Memphis is that we saw kind of like a void in the type of foods that we wanted to eat. Mm-hmm. So every time we would visit family, we're like, okay, well, where's the spot for this? Where's the spot for that? And there was spots, and it was a seed that was planted a long time ago, I feel like, that hasn't been watered enough. So we just wanted to water that a little bit and provide some more unique concepts.
I like that. So you guys have been on TV. Like I said, I know you can't tell us everything, but kind of talk about how did you get started in that? What programs have you been on? What can you tell us about how you're gonna, conquer food television, I don't even want to say network, in the future?
I think it kind of all started with Guy Fieri. We got to give shouts out to him.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the big G.
Yeah, his team found us. I guess it was 2 years ago, maybe more.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago because it was basically they scouted us out in like November. They were kind of getting a feel, and we thought it was a scam at first. We're like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
It just because they have to work through different avenues too.
Yeah. So
And
somebody
then-
calls you and they're like,
Yeah. Hey, we're going to do this diners, drive-ins, and dives show. Do you want to participate? And we were kind of skeptical because they haven't been here for like 11 years before that.
Right.
Something long like that. And lo and behold, it was the paperwork started coming in and we're like, dang, this is really happening.
this is real.
Yeah, we answered the call, and that kind of changed everything. I mean, diners, drive-ins, and dives really put us on the map, especially, it's one of the most watched shows on Food Network. They've gone through an incredible amount of seasons. I think it's like in the almost to the 40 season mark now.
I think ours was like 46 or 47.
It's
crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Very
That's good to hear,
charismatic.
because you never know. You see someone on TV and like, okay, they seem nice. They're different, but nice.
Yeah.
So it's always good to hear. Like, oh, I actually met them and they were
He's a great
Cool.
guy. He really knows his stuff too.
Yeah.
Very experienced.
Yeah, it seems like he wouldn't be a good chef, but just based on like appearance and everything. But this guy knows what he's talking about. He cares about the food and beverage industry, and he's been through a lot. He's suffered a lot of loss, and I think all those experiences kind of made him such a charismatic guy.
And that makes him a good fit to be the host to kind of like show off other people in the food and beverage industry and kind of, like you said, put people on the map that deserve to be on the map.
And towns too, like whole cities, like will like roll out the red carpet for this guy. It's like he brings a lot of visibility to smaller cities.
Yeah. And I would say another thing that's really incredible about his show, and that I didn't really know before being on it, is that they are really focusing on restaurants that are locally owned and focus on scratch-made food.
Yeah.
And that's something really special. So he's got to work hard to find those locations, and we were lucky enough to be picked as one of them.
Because it would be a lot easier for him to just say like, hey, what's the like 5 most fun places or whatever, most popular or best Yelp reviewed places of Birmingham. But instead his team is taking like the next level to find the scratch made. I wouldn't have known that either.
It was a great experience. And then maybe a couple months after we filmed that, we got another call, and they were looking for people to participate in his other show called Guy's Grocery Games.
Yes.
And obviously we said yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we love food. We're definitely a little bit competitive, and it's just so fun to be able to kind of take this thing that we're so passionate about and play a game and compete against other people. It was a really fun time.
Yeah.
So what's the elevator pitch for Guy's Grocery Games? I've seen it, but maybe not every Soundbites listener has seen it.
Okay. Do you want to do it?
All right, imagine yourself in a fully stocked grocery store. Mm-hmm. There are 3 other competitors. You each have your own cooking station. Guy is throwing crazy challenges at you. Maybe you can't use any fresh produce. Maybe you have to use a weird whammy ingredient like marshmallows in a savory dish. And on top of that, you only get 20 minutes to execute your dish.
Yikes.
Does that include like finding the ingredients?
Yes. You have to shop get your plates ready, and you have to present something beautiful as well for the judges. They put some really good chefs on the judging panel, and so you got to bring your A game. You got to make sure flavor's there and presentation is there.
I just want to remind listeners, this is the Daily Memphians Soundbites dining podcast with me, Holly Whitfield, your host from the Daily Memphian. We're talking with the co-owners of Good Fortune, Sarah and Arturo, and we're talking about how they've been making very delicious scratch-made ramen dumplings and, of course, those chicken wings for 4 years. Also, a lot of other stuff. Let me just be clear. There's a lot of other great stuff on your menu.
Thank you.
Good cocktails as well. I mean, I feel like it's sometimes like a bingo game in Memphis. Like, you're going to get good food or cocktails. Are you going to get both? There's a lot of places that do both now, and y'all are one of them. But yes, this is Sound Bites. Okay, keep going with Guys Grocery Games. How is that? And then what's next? Like, are you now like in the mix for other programs on TV or?
Yeah, so the Guys Grocery Games, Arturo competed in one episode specifically about bacons. That was really fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Bacons,
Yeah.
like bacons.
Yep.
Different kinds of.
I mean, there's lamb bacon, there's beef bacon, there's pancetta, there's all sorts of bacon.
You name it.
You name it. There's you can smoke with different kinds of woods, the bacon. But yeah, mine was a bacon themed episode, and the panel of judges was so stacked that day. I was like just in awe, really.
Joe Sosto.
Yeah, Joe Sosto, he's like a pasta god. You had Damaris, who is a trained chef and amazing Southern cook. And then you had Manit Chauhan, who's down the road here in Nashville, who has amazing Indian flavors and just a ball of joy. Like, that woman it's like cooking for a family member when you're cooking for this lady. Like, she's so nice. But that episode just was awesome. And I got a call last year to go participate in another show that just aired recently.
Yes.
Called 24 and 24, where they took some of the best chefs from across the nation and kind of put us all in one kitchen to cook for 24 hours straight.
How did you do that? How did you stay awake? What did you use?
No, it's really just caffeine.
Caffeine
and vibes.
That's what I meant. Like, were you coffeeing it up? Do you have like the Celsius? Like,
I actually didn't caffeinate that day because I was planning on going the long haul and caffeinating kind of like halfway through.
Right.
So I don't want to spoil it for listeners.
Sure.
But you can check that out. It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's for free on YouTube.
Excellent. All right. Well, we will put a link. There's a little story that goes along with every episode of Sound Bites on thejellymemphian.com to kind of let you know what you can expect from these interviews. So I like to link to stuff like that in there, and I'll do that. Okay. So I follow you guys on Instagram. I know I talk about Instagram a lot on the show, but it's the food social media, really, for me. I mean, I'm not a TikTok person so much. All of that to say, I'm following you guys, and it's like there's a food truck, and you're like, I'm like, where is it going to be? This is so exciting. Like, I'm in East Memphis all the time now, but you're in a different city. I'm confused. Help me figure out what's going on. But it seems exciting.
Yeah, we had this incredible opportunity pop up recently. To be in a televised cooking competition. And basically, these guys outfitted us the most beautiful food truck you can imagine with our logo on the outside. And we traveled the Eastern Seaboard competing and serving our food.
It was so much fun.
Yeah?
I mean, we got to meet the most incredible people. We found some Memphians in unexpected places.
Yeah.
They pop up, don't they?
They sure do.
We were doing a pop-up in Charleston in front of an incredible coffee shop called Profit Coffee. And we're just I think we were making dumplings and noodles that day.
Yep.
Surprise, surprise. And we had a woman visit us who was from Memphis and had actually been to Good Fortune.
Wow.
And had moved to Charleston.
Yep.
And had to come out to our pop-up and see us. And it was so cool to meet her and hear that story, and just to spread our food to people that have never had it before and see really good reception and positive feedback.
Yeah, it was just a blast. I mean, you rarely get to take your restaurant outside the confines of a brick and mortar.
Right.
But we took it on wheels, and we rolled all the way up the Eastern Seaboard. It was so phenomenal. We're not allowed to tell you what that is yet, but we can say it's going to air this summer.
This summer, okay.
So as soon as we're allowed to tell you what's going on, we will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, be sure to let us know. We'll put it in the Daily Memphian. Make sure all our listeners and readers can hear it. Do you get to keep the food truck, or is that a big part of like the surprise?
No, the food truck was just a temporary.
Just for the show.
I think it was just a temporary thing. But yeah, we do not have a food truck, I guess is the answer to that.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure how I should word that. Yeah.
And also before this experience had never worked on a food truck.
Yes.
That was actually my next question, because I know you're going to use all your skills, but that's like a different story.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Like being a mechanic, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, this thing is crazy. It's basically a restaurant on wheels.
Mm-hmm.
And where does the water come from? You got to fill it up. Where does the gas come from? You got to fill it up. All these little intangibles that you didn't expect. Your hood vent might break. Your generator might go out. You have to put fuel in the generators to produce the electricity to do basic stuff.
Yeah, it adds a whole other layer of complication.
Yo, shout out to anybody with a food truck or a food trailer.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are doing the Lord's work. Like, that is not easy.
No.
That stuff is tough.
Is it even possible to stay cool in a food truck?
Yeah, I mean, some of them, but it's hot in there.
Yeah.
It's a hot box, basically. Yeah. Felt like Cheech and Chong in that thing. We were just smoking up in there.
Yep. And the nature of the food that we do, like boiling water for noodles, like it was steamy in there.
We're boiling.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Well, let's talk about that a little bit. How has the menu at Good Fortune, which, fun facts with Holly, this is in the former South of Beale space, downtown Memphis. If you have had the misfortune of not going to Good Fortune, I'm just telling you that. So you're there. How has the menu changed in the 4 years since you've been open? Or like what have been the biggest changes at the restaurant?
Do you want to lead that or should I?
You can. I don't have an answer currently.
One of you go in the other room. The first person is going to answer. Then we're going to switch. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Arturo's menu items are terrible.
Sarah keeps trying to put
screwed everything up.
We each keep trying to put the smash burger on the menu.
He keeps vetoing my menu ideas.
Yeah. Apparently, armadillo grilled cheese is not going to sell in Memphis.
I don't know. I think people would go for it for the novelty.
I'm pretty sure they would.
Yeah,
We've
we've changed and evolved. I mean, I would say the core of our menu has always been the same.
Mm-hmm.
Noodles and dumplings, scratch made, fun cocktails.
Yes.
But
fun. That's a good word for
we've been influenced by all the people that have come and gone in our lives and in our kitchen. And I think that the menu has definitely evolved, but we've always stayed true to the scratch bean nature. And we really listen to our guests.
Mm-hmm.
And what our guests want to eat is really what we want to put out there. We're here to serve the Memphis community. And we want to make sure that the food we're cooking is approachable, inclusive, and something unique and exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest changes on our menu has been probably our alcohol program.
Okay.
Initially, we started with sake as being like our main kind of like wine alternative. And we had a very big wine list and a wine program, but prices for sake are getting really expensive. And what people will pay for sake is not much, because most of us know hot sake as kind of like the thing, and then anything other than that, it's like, why would I pay more? Because hot sake is a great cheap alternative to a cocktail. But we've since then kind of changed to more of like a Memphis palate. We're serving more like more wine now. We actually included wine in the menu, which is not something that we had before, and a beer selection that includes some local beers.
Oh, cool.
So we're doing less sake now. We thought it would do better, but it's just kind of niche still, and it's not a great value product. You don't get the amount of value that you would want from it.
Sure.
But as far as the food menu has gone, Sarah nailed it. I mean, we've been listening to all of our guests. We're not going to do everything you tell us.
Sure.
But we're going to make a unique spin on what you tell us to do.
All right. I have a request as a member of the community.
Go for it.
And I know that you can do it. because I've tried it before at the Le Bon Appetit, the Le Bonheur food event, food fundraiser. You guys did the bao,
Yes.
with the pork belly and the slaw, and I
Yeah.
just have a weakness for bao for some reason. I went to Philadelphia recently and went to their food hall that they have there, and I like made a beeline for the whatever it's called, I Love Bao or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I need every one that you have. But when I tried yours at the Le Bon Appetit, it was incredible. What are the chances? Maybe for a special one day?
Yeah, I think special is definitely possible. One of the things that kind of constrains our menu in a way is just the size of our space.
Right.
And so we make everything from scratch. Even the dumpling skins are made from scratch. And steaming is one of our biggest challenges.
Yeah.
Steaming dumplings in a bamboo basket is really tough. So I think you could definitely expect to see it as a special. Mm-hmm. But until we get a bigger space or until we get a new space, maybe not a menu staple.
Fair enough. What else are you guys working on? I want to talk about like the tastes and the food. Or what are you guys making at home? When you're at home, are you cooking still? Or are you like, please no, we would like a takeout?
Oh, we are always cooking.
Okay.
I mean, we do love to eat out so that we can visit other people in the industry and support other local businesses for sure. But we love to cook. So lately I have been getting back into sourdough. I kind of learned, I learned before COVID, but during COVID I did a lot of sourdough baking, like a lot of other people as well.
Sure.
But for the pop-up, I really wanted to do kind of my version of a kimchi kind of roast beef sandwich. And so to do that, I really wanted to, make all the components from scratch. And so started by making the sourdough.
That sounds amazing. I love a roast beef sandwich. I need to like make my list of like, these are the 5 foods that are like Holly's weaknesses. It's like roast beef, po' boy. That sounds really good.
Where
What
do you
else?
go for a good po' boy?
My house.
There you go.
Second line has like a good roast beef po' boy
Okay.
as well. There's not a lot of places that offer the roast beef. Most people are wanting to do seafood, which is also great, but
Yeah.
but they
Okay.
have a good one too.
Oh,
But I
nice.
actually made a roast last night, so
Oh, sick.
here come the po' boys. Okay, what do you make at home? Cereal.
Yeah, right. Bagels. I've been really like experimenting with live fire cooking.
Okay.
That's kind of been something that I'm really interested in, and coal fire cooking. So like building a big pile of wood, watching. I feel like such a dude right now. Burn the wood.
That's okay.
But yeah, we start with basically a big pile of wood, and the goal is to get a lot of coals. Mm-hmm. And so when you grill stuff, it doesn't stick because the coals are so infrared, so hot. It locks in the moisture of anything you're cooking. And it gives it such a great, like, kind of smoky charcoal taste. And then experimenting with the distances. And we have this really awesome stone oven. And I have not figured out how to use that thing for the life of me. I know I'm a chef. I'm supposed to know this. But I think I'm just not being patient enough with how hot it needs to get. Mm-hmm.
Is it like one of the branded like big green egg things, or is it like a stone oven made of stones?
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those. It's like a big stone oven. It's like made out of brick. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. It's like one of the Neapolitan pizza style ovens.
Okay, now I'm picturing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I haven't figured out how to use it, but I will do that.
I believe you. You two are very determined, and I think that's really fun. So we're coming to the end, but I want to ask, where do you like to go out in Memphis? This is the recommendations corner of Sound Bites. Like, where do you like to go out, or where do you like to get a drink?
Definitely Petals of Peony.
Petals of a Peony.
Yes.
Well, tell me what to order there. That's
We
the thing.
eat there all the time. Honestly, we kind of rotate between Petals of Peony and Moulin Bistro,
Yeah.
but it has to be the Cooper Young location.
Okay.
Yeah.
At Moulin Bistro, you need to get the Swantayu. I forget what they call it on
Chili
their menu.
fish and oil.
Chili fish and oil, but with the sour cabbage.
Yeah.
It's so good. The pickled cabbage and
Yes.
it's spicy, and the fish is so tender. So we get that at Moulin Bistro, and the northern style eggplant is really good.
Yes. Crispy, sweet,
Yeah.
savory, delicious.
Northern style eggplant.
Yeah, northern style eggplant.
Okay.
It is delicious.
Awesome.
And then at Petals of Peony,
Can't go wrong.
cumin lamb, of course, is really good. We also discovered recently they have kind of a fish stir-fry dish with pickled peppers. It's pretty spicy, but it's Sichuan food. It's supposed to be spicy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the green beans. They do really good green beans. They're kind of tossed in like a preserved, I think it's a preserved mustard. Those are really delicious. And the team is really great there.
Yeah.
Is there a particular location for Petals that you recommend, or are they all on your rotation?
I would say that there's a difference, right? So I think the one in Cordova caters to more of an authentic style of Sichuan food.
Sure.
They're not afraid to bring the heat. They're not afraid to bring the Sichuan peppercorn. And I think the Midtown location,
Yeah, Overton Square.
is more Americanized in a sense. You're still gonna get that authentic Sichuan flavor, but it'll be more familiar. Whereas going to the one in Cordova is gonna be more of an adventurous bite. But I think my top pick for Memphis has to be Asiana Garden. I think you can't have a conversation about Asian food without Asiana Garden. Those ladies over there have been there for so long, since before I've even moved to Memphis, and their food is just gas. Like, everything is so good. The fried mackerel is so crispy with the little panchan on the side, that the little pickles and the broccoli. It's amazing. It's truly amazing. Every stew, every dish that they have, they don't miss over there.
There's also something else I have to rave about, and it is the Indian cuisine in Memphis.
Holy crap.
I mean, it is
Yeah.
incredible. I would
Yeah.
say it's really expanded in the last few years, and there's
Yes.
such a variety of different Indian restaurants here, and the quality and the flavor is just out of this world. Like, shockingly good.
Okay, name a few.
Amrutha Village. Amrutha Villages? Amrutha Villas.
Yes.
Yeah.
In Collierville.
for it.
They have a secret plug for mangoes,
Yep.
which don't tell anybody because I need to get my mango fix.
Okay.
That's right.
But they import mangoes, and you can buy them by the case, and they are the best mangoes you will get in Memphis, period.
Yeah, and they're different varieties of mangoes too.
Yeah.
It's not just the typical thing you see in Kroger. It's like you choose your variety of mango and then you buy it by the case.
Yeah, it's very special. I feel like a lot of people would not want me to tell that secret, but I'm not a gatekeeper, so
Yeah.
now you know.
Now we know the mango
Where to get your
secret.
mangoes. Other than that, we really love going to Swagath.
Oh man, is that the one there on Poplar?
It's the one right next to the Whole Foods, next
Oh
to
man,
Casablanca.
that place is so good.
The service is unparalleled. These people really care about what they're doing,
Yes.
and they are really committed to sharing their culture and the authentic flavors.
Yes.
It's just delicious. I mean,
Yep. And then Memphis Indian restaurant. They're located inside of a grocery store, but don't order anything that's not spicy, because you're not going to get it not spicy. You're going to get
Yeah.
it spicy. You're going to get it legit. And they were like some of the first. They were like one of the first places we went. And they're like, damn, there's a really amazing Indian community here.
yeah, they have the best dosa.
Oh yeah, they have the best dosa. It's crispy. The aloo on the inside is just so seasoned and flavorful. Aloo is just another word for potato, but they have the turmeric in there, mustard seeds, curry pata, which is the curry leaf, and then they stir fry it all together in this like very savory thing. Even if you're not Indian, it's gonna taste like home. It's really delicious.
And they have great hours. Like, they're open super late.
Oh yeah, you talk about a late night afters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been there at like midnight or even 1 a.m.
2 in the
before.
morning. Come get your tea. It'll keep you awake. Better than any substance could. This tea is like jet fuel.
Nice.
It's really good.
Okay. We need to get on this. This is Memphis Indian restaurant.
Yeah, it's really good. Don't expect any frills.
No.
Don't expect any ambiance. The ambiance comes from the hard work and sweat of this amazing food.
Well, that sounds perfect to me.
Yeah.
I've got to go right now and eat some of this somewhere because I'm so hungry.
Don't sleep on the dosa.
Which is exactly the way that I want to feel after every episode. So, Sarah, Arturo, thank you so much for being here. That's really all the time we have.
Okay.
If you...
You sure? We can't go for a little longer?
I mean, we could. If
This
you've
has been
got something
fun.
else, throw it out. I do want to remind people, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. I was thinking about how, so 2 weeks ago we had Gina Neely. She's also been a food television host.
She's
and
awesome.
She's barbecue expert in Memphis. And we got to talking about cocktails, and she was talking about Hunter Coleman, who's the bartender at Bari. And unrelated to her name drop of Hunter, then last week we had Hunter as the guest. And then when I asked Hunter where he would recommend like to eat, the same question, he said Good Fortune.
Oh.
And here you are. We did not plan any of that.
No
We've just
way.
had this really cute through line the last 3 weeks. So
I love
So
that.
Isn't that fun?
Connecting the
serendipitous.
dots.
that's nice.
And you know the Swagat has amazing Indian-inspired cocktails.
They do. One of them served in a coconut.
As it should be.
Yeah.
As it should be. Okay. That's great. Again, thank you so much for your time. This is Soundbites. I'm Holly, and bye, y'all.
We're signing out, everyone.